Hi everyone, myself R. Vahita, Assistant Professor of CSE Department from Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. I'm here to explain a few concepts of the subject Mobile Computing CS 8601. We are going to see Unit 3, that is Mobile Network Layer. The topic discussed here is Mobile IP. Objective of this topic is to learn about the working of mobile IP. So for that, first we should know how mobile IP works. The mobile IP is an Internet Engineering Task Force standard communication protocol that enhances the existing IP to accommodate the mobility. So already we have learned about the internet protocol. So it is an enhancement of the internet protocol to support mobility or the mobile devices. The mobile IP allows the mobile computers to stay connected to the internet regardless of their location and without having to continually change their IP address. So when each mobile devices transfers from a network to network, they don't need to change their IP address. Every mobile user needs to continuous network connectivity irrespective of his physical location. The traditional IP does not support user mobility, but in the case of mobile IP, it is created by extending the IP to enable the users to keep the same address while traveling to different networks. So let's see about the advantages of using mobile IP here. Okay, so it allows a fast, continuous, low cost access to corporate networks in remote areas where there is no public telephone or cellular coverage. So, in the case of rural areas where there is no public telephone, also we can use this mobile IP. It allows fast, continuous, and low cost access. So it supports a wide range of applications from internet access and email to e-commerce. All the applications it can be used in the case of mobile IP. So the users can be permanently connected to their internet provider and charged only for the data packets that are sent and received. Even if it is connected, it can be charged only for the data packets sent. Okay, it can move from one type of medium to another without losing connectivity. Even if we move from a medium to medium, we don't lose any connectivity. That is an advantage of mobile IP. Now let us see about the disadvantage of mobile IP. So the main disadvantage here is the routing inefficiency problem caused by the triangle routing formed by the home agent, correspondent agent and the foreign agent. Then the another disadvantage here is the security risk that we are facing in the mobile IP. So it is a main important disadvantage faced by the mobile IP. The problem in making the mobile IP coexist with the security features within the internet. This is also another disadvantage. Let us see about the goal of mobile IP. The supporting end system mobility while maintaining the scalability, efficiency and compatibility in all aspects with existing applications and the internet protocol. So this is the goal of mobile IP. Let us see about the requirements of mobile IP: compatibility, transparency, scalability, efficiency and security. So all these are the requirements of mobile IP. So now let us see about the entities and terminologies which are used in the mobile IP. The first entity used here is the mobile node. The mobile node, it is the device that moves from a home network to the foreign network. Note that change the point of connection to a network without changing its IP address. So example is our mobile phones what we are using and the laptops with antennas. The home address is the permanent address of the mobile node in its original network, that is the IP address of the mobile. Let us see about the home network. The home network is the original network of the mobile node in which it was associated with respect to its IP address before moving to a new network. So no mobile IP support is needed when our mobile node is within the home network. Okay, then we are going to see about home agent, that is HA. It is typically a router which is associated with the home network. Okay, it is a system within the home network of the mobile node. Then it provides several services for the mobile node. So all these are the services. It tunnels the IP datagrams to the COA, that is the care of address. It maintains a location registry of the mobile node. It implements a home agent. It is implemented on a router that is responsible for the home network and also implemented on an arbitrary node in the subnet. So the disadvantage here is the double crossing of the router. A packet from the mobile node that comes in a via a router. The home agent sends it through the tunnel, which again crosses through the router. So the home agent could be again on the router, but this time it only acts as a manager for the mobile node below the virtual home network. Now let us see about foreign agent FA. It is also a router that is present in the foreign network. So the foreign network is nothing, a new network that the mobile node visit. Okay, so the system in the current foreign network of the mobile node, it is called as the foreign agent. So it can have a care of address. It also provides several services to the mobile node during its visit to the foreign network. So it forwards the tunnel datagrams to the mobile node. It provides security services. So all these things are happening in the foreign agent. So already we have seen about the foreign network. It is a new network where the mobile node visit and which is not the home network. Then let us see about the correspondent node, that is CN. The correspondent node, it is a communication partner, that is a node that wants to communicate with the mobile node. So it is at least one partner is needed for communication, and it can be fixed or a mobile node. So that is regarding this correspondent node. So this is the mobile IP example network. So we have seen all these networks: home networks, foreign agent, home agent. These are the routers, and we have a care of address in the foreign agent, and it is all connected to the internet via the router. So the CN is the correspondent node, which is the communication partner of the mobile node. So let us see about the care of address. A new address of the mobile node is the foreign agent is the care of address. Two different possibilities for the location of the care of address, that is the two types of COA, or the foreign agent COA and the located COA. The foreign agent COA is the static IP address of the foreign agent on the visited network. Then the temporary IP located COA, it is the temporary IP address assigned to the mobile node. It represents the current position of the mobile node on the foreign network and can be used only on the mobile node at a time. A co-located care of address can be obtained by the dynamic host configuration protocol, which we shortly call it as DHCP. Now let us see about the IP packet delivery, that is how the mobile IP works. Okay, so it is a diagram which represents how the mobile IP works. So when a correspondent node needs to send data to the mobile node, it sends via the home agent. Okay, so these are the steps used in the operation of mobile IP. So consider the step 1. So here the correspondent node sends the packet to the IP address, that is the home address of the mobile node. Then the step 2, the internet routes the packet to the router of the mobile node home network. Here the home agent then examines the packet to find whether the mobile node is present in the current home network or not. If this mobile node is not present in the current home network, then this HA encapsulates the datagram into a new packet. In the step 3, the encapsulated packet is tunneled to the foreign agent, which acts as a new destination address. In this, foreign agent performs the decapsulation to remove all the additional headers added. Then it forwards the decapsulated packet to the mobile node. In the step 4, the mobile node, after receiving the packet from the correspondent node, it forwards a reply packet to the correspondent node by specifying that its own IP address along with the address of the correspondent node. So that comes to the conclusion of the how mobile IP works. Okay, see about the operation stages in mobile IP, that is the key mechanisms in mobile IP. So we have 3 operation stages in mobile IP. The first one is the agent discovery, the second one is the registration, and the third one is tunneling and encapsulation. So now this is the diagrammatic representation of the mobile IP operation stages: registration, discovery, and tunneling. Okay, so first we are going to see how it is agent is discovered. That is that we are going to discover the foreign agent as well as the home agent. Okay, a mobile node uses a discovery procedure to identify the prospective home and foreign agents. So task of the mobile node is to determine the foreign agent and home agent. So both these agents periodically broadcast the agent advertisement message. So the mobile node must discover a home agent before it leaves the home network. A mobile node must also discover a foreign agent after it is moved to a foreign network. So it uses the ICMP, that router discovery protocol, that we call it as IRDP. So ICMP router discovery protocol, IRDP, it enables the host to broadcast or multicast to discover the IP address, that is the care of address of their neighboring routers, that is of the foreign agent. Again, we have two discovery methods: agent discovery solicitation and agent advertisement. So first we are going to see about agent advertisement. So the functions of agent advertisement are: it allows the mobile node to find whether an agent is a home agent or a foreign agent. If it is a foreign agent, then it have to get the care of address. It allows the mobile node to know the type of services provided by the foreign agent. It allows the mobile node to know about the allowed registration lifetime or the roaming period for visiting the foreign network. Then we can see about the agent solicitation. Rather than waiting for the agent advertisement, a mobile node can send out for the agent solicitation. So this solicitation forces any agents on the link to immediately send an agent advertisement. If the mobile node determines that it is connected to the foreign agent, then it obtains the care of address. So we have two types of care of address, as we have already seen, as foreign agent care of address and co-located care of address. Okay. Now we are going to see about the registration. So if a mobile node discovers that it is on the home network, then it operates normally without the mobile IP. If the mobile node has to move to a new network and obtain the care of address from the foreign agent, then this address should be registered with the home agent. Okay, so for that we use this registration purpose. A mobile node uses an authentication registration procedure to inform the home agent of its care of address. So the registration messages uses a UDP protocol. So UDP is user datagram protocol. So the registration process has exchange of registration request and registration reply messages. So this is a diagrammatic representation which shows the registration process. Okay, so it involves the exchange of registration request and registration reply messages. When a mobile node registers by using a foreign agent, the registration process takes the following steps, which is shown in the figure. Okay, so we have a foreign network and a home agent. So this sends a request message and reply messages. So if a mobile node travels to a foreign network, it registers with the foreign agent by sending a registration request message, which includes the permanent IP address of the mobile node and IP address of the home agent. The foreign agent in turn performs the registration process on behalf of the mobile node by sending the registration request message to the home agent, which includes the permanent IP address of the mobile node and IP address of foreign agent, that is the care of address. Okay, so in the step 3, when a home agent receives the registration request, it updates the mobility binding table. Okay, so in the step 4, then the home agent sends an acknowledgement, that is the registration reply, to the foreign agent. In the step 5 and 6, the foreign agent in turn updates his visitor list and relays the reply to the mobile node. We are going to see about the tunneling and encapsulation, which is the final stage of the operation of mobile IP. So here tunneling is a mechanism used to forward the IP datagrams from a home address to a care of address, that is sending a packet through a tunnel. A tunnel means it is a virtual pipe for data packets to travel between a tunnel entry and a tunnel endpoint. Okay, there are two primary functions in this case, that is encapsulation and de-encapsulation. Okay, so that is encapsulation is the mechanism of taking a packet consisting of a packet header and data and putting it into a data part of a new packet. Okay, here the home agent encapsulate all the packets addressed to the mobile node and forward them to the foreign agent. In the case of de-encapsulation, so that it's a reverse process taking place, that is taking a packet out of a data part of another packet, and here the foreign agent de-encapsulate all the packets addressed to mobile node and forward them. Okay, so that is de-encapsulation. So these are the questions related to this topic, mobile IP. Thank you.